What is the spiritual dream meaning of a coyote?
See, this is how it starts, with an ending, a clean break, a definitive act of severing your life from what it used to be.
Look, the story of Georgia O'Keeffe, it isn't just a biography. It's a warning shot, fired right across the bow of a life that's gotten way too small, too safe, and frankly, suffocating. She was just done. Done with the endless noise of the New York art scene. Done with critics who wouldn't actually listen. Done with this whole world that wanted women to just be decorative, quiet. And she just said no. So what'd she do? She drove right into the scorched, bone-white land of Ghost Ranch, New Mexico. And at night, in that huge, empty silence of the desert, the coyotes howled. And you know what? She wasn't afraid. She just listened.
I mean, think about it. She survived a failing marriage, a mental breakdown, a world that was constantly trying to box her in. And how'd she do it? By becoming something elemental, something wild, something you just couldn't domesticate. She became pure, ruthless, unstoppable reinvention. That's coyote energy.
She died at 98, on her terms, in her desert. So, if you dreamed of a coyote last night, you need to pay attention. Her story is your warning shot. It's the signal flare that the life you think you know, it's over.
Because, let's be real, that coyote in your dream, it's not just an animal, it's an archetype. It's the trickster. And it has shown up to completely dismantle your world.
And let's be crystal clear about what this means. The trickster, it's that shadow figure inside you that shows up to blow your carefully built life to pieces. And not out of cruelty, no. It's because it is absolutely cosmically necessary.
I mean, look at it from any angle, right? Carl Jung said the trickster appears when you've waited way too long to change. Joseph Campbell, he called it the shapeshifter at the threshold of the hero's journey. And in many Native American traditions, coyote is all of it: creator, destroyer, the sacred boundary crosser. But the message is always the same. Change is not optional anymore.
And here's the thing you have to understand. The coyote does not respect your comfort zone at all. It has zero respect for your excuses. It's here to shatter them. Okay, so this dream, it demands answers. And not later, right now. And trust me, these are not casual questions. Question 1. Why now? I mean, really think about it. Of all the moments in your life, why did this coyote show up last night? The timing is never, ever an accident. Next, what was the coyote doing? Was it laughing at you, running from you, or was it leading you somewhere? The specifics of the dream are everything. Third, what in your real life, your waking life, feels like it's being dismantled? Is it your job, a relationship, your whole idea of who you are? You have to be honest with yourself. And finally, the big one. What have you been refusing to change? Don't pretend you don't know. The coyote knows. That's exactly why it's here. So when you answer those questions, you end up at one single point, a place of no return, your threshold. The truth is, most of us are just living in a transitional moment but refusing to admit it. We're stuck. The coyote dream, that's your psyche screaming at you, pick a side, stop waiting. And the choice is, well, it's pretty stark. It's who you were versus who you're being forced to become. It's the life you've built versus the life that's actually waiting for you. It's staying stuck or crossing that threshold. Listen, Georgia O'Keeffe crossed that threshold. She did it, and your dream is the universe telling you that the exact same crossing is available to you right now. But it's not a guarantee, you know? It's just an invitation, and it leaves you with one question. Just one. Are you as brave as she was?
Part 2. Look, the coyote doesn't show up the same way twice, so you have to pay attention. The specific way it appears in your dream, that isn't just a detail. It is the whole message. So, what did you see? Let's start with the warnings. Okay, so if you dreamed of a coyote just watching you in total silence, understand this: you are being seen. Your shadow self sees that gap between the person you really are and the person you perform for everyone else. You know, the perfect partner, the good daughter, the one who never, ever cracks. Your inauthenticity is completely on display. So, here's your task. This week, write down 3 things you do every single day just for other people's approval. Now look at that list. That right there, that's your inventory of inauthenticity. The coyote sees it, and now you do too. Did you hear it howling? That sound, that is the call across the threshold. It's the sound of the world that exists beyond your current life, and it's calling you forward. If that howl filled you with terror, or maybe longing, it means your soul is at a critical crossroads. Your life is demanding your attention. Right now, you have to respond to the howl. I want you to identify the one decision. You know the one I'm talking about, the one you've been putting off for months. Now set a deadline, 72 hours. You don't have to solve it all at once, but you have to take the next step. The howl demands a response, now. If a coyote crossed your path in the dream, listen up. It is not a threat. It is a redirection. The trickster is literally intersecting with your conscious plans to tell you a disruption is here. Your path is being corrected, whether you like it or not. So your task is simple. Stop arguing with reality. Look at your life right now. What feels forced, exhausting, completely joyless? That's it. That is the wrong direction. The coyote is telling you to stop. You already know what it is, so just stop fighting with yourself about it. Now, let's talk about transformation. What are you running from? If a coyote was chasing you, the answer is simple. You're running from your own transformation. Full stop. Your ego has become this rigid cage, and you've been strangling your own life force. And that terror you feel in the dream, that's not fear of the coyote. It's grief for the false self you are about to lose, the one that was never really you to begin with. It is time to demolish that cage. Your task is to name the identity you're protecting. Are you the strong one, the one who never fails? Write it down on a piece of paper and really look at it. Just seeing the label for what it is, a cage, is the first act of demolition. But what if you were following the coyote? This is rare, and it's incredibly powerful. You're not being chased, you are being led. Your unconscious has given you a guide, a psychopump to lead your soul. And what it means is this: for right now, your intuition is more reliable than your logic. So you need to recalibrate. For 1 week, just one, make one decision every single day based purely on instinct. Now, I'm not talking about impulse. I'm talking about that quiet, internal pull that has no rational justification at all. Just do it and track what happens. If the coyote changed shape in your dream, if it became a person, another animal, a shadow, you were literally watching your own psyche shed its skin. This is a preview. It's proof that a belief you hold about yourself, one you thought was permanent, is already dissolving. So your job is to get ahead of this change. Identify a belief about yourself that feels completely non-negotiable. Why? Because that is precisely the thing that's dissolving. Now write a new story of who you are, one that includes the person you are becoming, not just the one you've been. But some messages aren't about becoming, they're about what has already come to pass. They are urgent communications from the soul itself. Let's be crystal clear about this. A dead coyote in your dream is not a bad omen. It is a sign of victory. It signals the completion of a transformation, an old pattern of self-sabotage, a toxic relationship, a crisis that has defined you for years. It has run its course. It's over. But this dream comes with a demand, a genuine pause. You must acknowledge what has ended. You have to grieve it properly, even if it was destructive. And do not rush to replace it with something new. This quiet moment is mandatory before the next chapter can begin. This is not an ending, it is a pause. Dreaming of a coyote with pups? Well, this is all about creativity. There are new, undeveloped energies emerging in your psyche. A new project, a new idea, a new version of yourself. It is real, but it is fragile, and it needs your protection. So you have to protect the pups. Identify a new idea or a desire that you've been dismissing as impractical or silly. Your dream is telling you it's vital. I want you to give it just 20 minutes of your undivided attention every day this week. Nurture it. And then there's this one, a coyote that speaks to you. This is the rarest and most urgent dream of all. Your unconscious is speaking directly to your conscious mind. The channel is wide open, and the message is something you have been actively, desperately refusing to hear. The demand is simple. Receive the message. The moment you wake up, write down the exact words or the exact feeling it communicated. Do not analyze it. Do not interpret it. Just capture it. Then put it away. Read it 3 years later. I promise you, its meaning will be unavoidable. And finally, the most confrontational dream of all, the one that means the wild has come inside. If you dreamed of a coyote in your house, the trickster has entered your most intimate, protected space. Your sense of self, your family, your emotional core. The place you thought was safe is now the very site of necessary change. This is not a violation, it is an invitation. Here is your final task. Identify the one conversation you are absolutely refusing to have in your closest relationships. That is the coyote in your house. It is living in your walls. And you have to understand this. The longer you wait, the louder it gets. The coyote has delivered its message. The only question is, what will you do now?
Part 3. Okay, you had the dream. You understood what it meant. This is what you do now.
So let's be crystal clear. The part where you interpret things, that's over. This is the action phase. That dream wasn't some piece of art to hang on the wall of your mind and admire. No, it was a set of orders. You know, most people get that flash of insight, they feel a little thrill, and then they go right back to doing the same things that brought the coyotes to them in the first place. You have to pick an application that fits where you are right now, not where you wish you were, where you actually truly are.
Okay, let's get into it. This first one is for you, if your mind is a cage. If you're the one who reads everything, analyzes everything, and basically intellectualizes your own transformation instead of just living it.
Look, this is non-negotiable. For 2 solid weeks, before your conscious brain can put up all its walls, you're going to capture the raw data from your unconscious. Don't you dare edit it, don't judge it, just write. Then, on that last day, you read it all in one sitting. And that pattern your soul has been screaming at you, it's going to be absolutely undeniable.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? You've already spent years thinking about the trap you're in. This protocol, it stops the thinking. It forces you to see it. It's time to see the bars of your cage for exactly what they are.
All right, this is for the woman who is living a life that feels like it belongs to somebody else. You know who you are. The house, the job, the relationship, it all looks perfect on paper, but inside it feels totally hollow, like you're just an actress playing a part in your own story.
This is the only question you need. It's the key, the one that unlocks the door you've been pretending isn't even there. And you're going to ask it out loud to whatever's listening. So here's the protocol. You find a trail, a park, a beach, I don't care where, as long as you can be alone. You walk until all that internal chatter finally shuts up. Then you speak the question into the air, and you listen. Whatever comes back, a memory, a gut feeling, a single word that just drops into your head, that is the coyote talking directly to you. Let's be honest, you already knew this. The dream just made it impossible to keep ignoring. So this walk, it's not for fun, it's not for exercise, it is a confrontation, a reckoning with the truth you've been running from.
Now, this is for the woman whose life is already on fire. The coyote didn't show up as a warning, did it? No. It showed up right in the middle of the disaster. The divorce, the diagnosis, the layoff. The chaos is already here.
You have to understand that destruction is creation. For every single loss, a new possibility is born. The loss of a marriage, that can create freedom. The loss of a job, that can create a whole new direction. The loss of certainty forces you to find your own truth. This is the heart of the hero's journey. You are not broken. You are in the middle of a transformation. I want you to get a piece of paper right now. In the middle, you draw a circle. That's the old you. Now, outside that circle, list the wreckage. Everything. But here's the most critical part. Next to every single loss, you must write the possibility it cracked open. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about drawing a map of your own rebirth. And don't wait. Don't wait until you feel better. The meaning is right there in the rubble. You do this exercise today. You turn that pain into a map. Because honestly, suffering without any meaning, that's the only real hell there is.
This one's for you. If you used to write, or paint, or dance, or design, or sing, if you used to make things, and you've stopped, the well is dry, your creative self has gone into hiding.
Okay, for 1 week, your only job is to be a trickster. You're going to commit one small act of creative rebellion every single day. We're not talking about making a masterpiece here. This is about remembering how to play. It's about waking up that part of you that makes things just for the hell of it, the part that never asks for permission. And let's be real, this isn't just some fun little challenge. Your silence is a 5-alarm fire, a spiritual emergency.
That creative impulse is the most vital, alive part of your spirit, and right now, it's trapped. These small, rebellious acts, they're the rescue mission.
And finally, this is for you if you just feel it in your bones. You know a big transition is on the horizon. The dream wasn't a surprise, was it? It was a confirmation, a sign that the tectonic plates were already shifting right under your feet.
You have to mark this passage, so you're going to choose one object that symbolizes your past self and another that represents the self you are becoming. Then, on a day you choose, you will perform a ritual. You hold that old object, and you say out loud exactly what you are releasing. Be specific, be brave. Then you put it down, for good, and you pick up the new object, and you state what you are stepping into.
Let me be very clear, this is not superstition. This is applied neuroscience. Your mind, your psyche, it doesn't fully commit to a new life without a physical act. You are sending a loud, unambiguous signal to every cell in your body that says the old life is over. We are crossing the threshold now.
Because here's the thing. The change is coming, with or without your permission. The dream made that perfectly clear. So the only question left really is this. Are you going to walk across that threshold with intention, with agency, or are you going to let it drag you, kicking and screaming, into your own future? The choice is yours.